Hello students. Today what we are going to do is we are going to actually look into more and more definitions of employment. Now Keynes defines full employment as an absence of involuntary unemployment. He defines involuntary unemployment as a situation in which aggregate demand for labor at a current wage would be greater than the existing volume of employment. Full wage would be greater. Full employment is a situation in which those who want to work get job. Keynes proposed increase in effective demand to achieve a full employment. When effective demand is deficient, there is underemployment of labor, says Keynes. Keynes has given an alternative definition of full employment. It is a situation in which aggregate employment is inelastic in relation to an increase in effective demand for its output. Any increase in effective demand unaccompanied by any increase in output will lead to inflation in economy. Now, in the similar fashion, Lerner's definition for full employment is similar to that of Keynes. He defines full employment as that level of employment at which any further increase in spending would result in an inflationary spiral of wages and prices. He considers full employment to be consistent with frictional unemployment. Beveridge's definition is broader than Keynes' definition of full employment. According to him, unemployment is reduced to short intervals of standing by with the uncertainty that very soon one will be wanted in one's old job again, or will be wanted in a new job that is within one's power. It means that number of vacancies should be more than the unemployed men. He believes that full employment is not always full. He considers 3% frictional unemployment to be consistent with full employment. He recommended measures like controlled location of industry, organizational mobility of labor, maintaining outlay at an adequate level to achieve full employment. In accordance to this, American Economic Association Committee defines full employment as the one in which qualified people who seek jobs at a prevailing rates can find them in productive activities without considerable delay. It means full employment jobs for people who want to work full time. It does not mean people like housewives and students are under pressure to take jobs when they do not want jobs, or the workers are under pressure to put in the undesired overtime. It does not mean unemployment is ever zero. It describes full employment as a situation in which all persons who are willing and qualified are able to find job. It is also considered full employment to be compatible with some amount of unemployment. UN experts on national and international measures for full employment express that full employment may be considered as a situation in which employment cannot be increased by an increase in effective demand, and unemployment doesn't exceed the minimum allowances that must be made for the effects of frictional and seasonal factors. Since unemployment is due to inadequate effective demand, full employment can be achieved by increasing effective demand. Effective demand may be increased by reducing personal taxes, which will increase consumption expenditure of households. Corporate income tax may be reduced to stimulate consumption expenditure by firms and corporations. Rate of interest may be brought down to stimulate investments. Tariffs rate may be increased to discourage imports and to stimulate consumption of domestic goods. Tax on export may be reduced to stimulate foreign demand. However, all these possibilities may take time, and though these measures are taken, there is no assurance that the required increase in the aggregate demand will materialize. Therefore, increase in government expenditure is a definite way to raise the level of aggregate demand. The only satisfactory solutions of unemployment in developing countries lies in creating additional employment opportunities through rapid over economic development. To conclude, in the words of UN experts, it will be seen that we are led by analysis of technological unemployment and underemployment to the same point, namely that new employment must be created rapidly. This is a task of an economic development. So, dear students, what we have done is today we have covered all the definitions pertaining to full employment. So, you can look into this. I would be sending you the notes as and when required. So, you can read that notes, keep that learning. If you have any doubts, any queries, put across a mail to me and I'm going to respond to you back. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.